What's happening, family? I am your man Early, and I'm here with Players Choice. I got my boy Random. Say what's up, Random.
Salute.
We got J Rob in the building.
Yo.
We got Hellfire in the building. And of course, last but not least, we got Riddell in the building. Today is a special day, okay? Today is $10 Tuesdays, but I'm feeling nice today. So you know what? We're going to take that 10 and times 5. $50 Tuesdays, a debate on. If you can see the link, you can get up here. Winner takes all $50, man. Hey, listen, y'all know I got it. Y'all know
come get it. Yeah, come get it, chat.
I'm gonna send it over.
Ooh, I like that for the Steelers.
As always, triple threat, 4 rounds, first to 2 wins. And look, man, y'all know how I go down, man. Send me that cash app and that 50, it be on your stat. I'm gonna sock it to your pocket and make it go off like a rocket. $50 Tuesdays, man. I ain't been for a while. I'm missing days, you know. I've been missing y'all. $50 Tuesdays, man. Come on. Look, I know some. Listen, we can all use a little carry out. We can all use a little. Look, I know 50 might pay your phone bill.
Put it in your Discord.
You know, 50 might pay for you and your girl food tonight.
Come debate. Come debate. Early's giving out $50. Come debate.
Listen, man. If you can see the link, don't blink.
He's giving out. He said you can see the link. Don't blink. He said if you can see the link, don't blink. Don't blink. Oh my goodness gracious. Come get some of that money on. I'm gonna make sure I put this out there, man. Bama, what's shaking, brother?
You know, I'm good, man. I'm out here in a world full of ditties trying not to be Meek Mill, you know.
Hold up. Riddell just said he's gonna add.
Hold up.
Hold up, wait a minute. Riddell just said he's gonna add an extra 20. That's $70 Tuesdays.
You know what?
Shout out Lonnie.
I throw another 10 on it.
$80 Tuesdays.
You know what? I'll match J Rob. I'll throw 10 on there too.
90. We got 5 more. Come on. We got 5. We got 10 more.
Riddell,
make it $100 Tuesday. Make it $100 Tuesday.
Bank? I ain't no bank. $10, Riddell. We're not asking for your kidney. This is my problem with you, Representative Riddell. You got to sometimes. It's $10. It's $10.
This is your. Hey, look. You know how I know he ain't got it because anytime Riddell got a haircut as crisp as that, he just spent that barber money. It's okay, Riddell. You good today, man.
Bro, those
haircuts, I would say you had it.
Bread, bro.
But that's like a $60
haircut. Fine. Early, I got you. I'll throw $20. Make it an easy. Let's make it an easy
$100 Tuesday.
So I got to represent Representative Riddell for some reason.
Do y'all hear this? Get in here and get this money. Get in here and get this money.
He been ducking my Kirk Cousins question.
I ain't gonna lie. They giving out $100 up here today, chat. Come get this bread. Come debate.
$100 Tuesdays. Come on. Get up here, chat. It's a free fall.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. But in the meantime, y'all, while we get these boys ready to go, what's your thoughts on these new rules, man? The new kickoff rule, the hip drop tackle. What are y'all thoughts?
Well, I think with the kickoff in the beginning, we was hating on it, but the more and more I looked into it and we were talking right before the show, the players wanted that. Like anybody who's ever done kickoff return knows how bad that freaking thing sucks. It's terrible. And like I told J-Rob, I'm sorry, Coach Ashley. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this, but I was selling every time. I was trying to get you taking me off kickoff return. But hip drop, you just like we talked about yesterday. How many more tools are you gonna take away from the defense to be able to do their job?
He's not really doing their job though. They hurt. You hurt more people than you do your job with it though. Like that.
Like what you're asking them to do, Bama, is defy physics, bro. If I'm trying to tackle Derrick Henry, I'm trying to get him down however the hell I can.
Yeah, but that tackle.
You know, I seen some film.
So many bad
what happened to the Ray Lewis Miami U alligator roll tackle?
That's what I said. I
was watching film the other day since this rule to drop, and they show how man, Ray Lewis was such a solid tackler. Like, not only did he give you the hard hits across the middle, the man knew how to wrap up. That alligator roll was patented Florida, Miami U stuff, dog. I don't know what happened to that, man. Guys used to wrap up back when I was growing up, man. They used to wrap up when they tackled. Everybody want to throw the shoulder.
Yeah, they just want to throw the shoulder. And if we can't throw the shoulder, we're going to just use a technique that's just going to get you out the game for the rest of the year. Like, That's why I was saying, like, I guess you assume the horse collar tackle was warranted too, huh? Like, I mean, nah, bro. Like,
I mean, within reason. Bama, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think that tackle is always intentional. You feel me? Like, I think that tackle isn't made with intention. Like the horse collar, you have to legitimately grab somebody and pull them backwards. Like, and you know that's dangerous. You have wherewithal knowing that dangerous. It's like even if you could pull somebody's hair and you pull it, that's.
I see when they pulled out with the Aaron Jones hair.
I think it might have been Aaron Jones, or might have been Palomalo too. It might have been
a few
people got pulled by their hair. Yeah, been a few people got pulled. But all I'm saying is, I understand if it looks blatant, like the guy tackles him, then he falls completely on his legs to bring him down. I get that part of it, but to me, the tackle itself is just so in a moment that I don't think it's intentional enough for every. Because my problem is it creates indecision. Like if I, as a DB myself, if I'm gonna go make that tackle, and I got a side, my angle is to the side, and he's a little behind me. I also have to think about if I fall trying to make this tackle on his legs, they get 15-yard penalty for a hip drop, and I ain't even trying to hip drop tackle. I'm just trying to bring him down by his waist.
And depending on who you tackling, like the bigger guys, the Derrick Henrys, the Jamal, the Jamal Lewis's, Jerome Bettis back in the day. You have to have a mentality that once you lock onto them, you ain't got time to chop down and think about nothing. Because the moment you think about it with them type of guys, you getting a stiff arm or you getting ran over. You got to be a torpedo towards them type of guys. So you really got to go and really have a mentality that if I catch them, I'm getting them. So the drop tackle, like I said, they make it hard for the defense, man.
The reason why I say it ain't hard, bro, if we were just talking about high school and college, like, yeah, it's more harder on those guys because they got obligations outside of football. I don't feel sorry for them NFL niggas. Y'all got 16 hours out the day, bro, to figure out how to tackle somebody without doing it. That's why when it comes to them rule changes in the NFL, like, bro, you got more than enough opportunities to figure out how you gonna refine your game behind that. You got to remember, like, that is their job. Their job is to play defense or play offense or special teams in the NFL. So at the end of the day, bro, you got to figure it out. It's the same shit with the kicker when they close the hashes in and they make the field goals a lot smaller. It's the same thing with receivers having to learn how to catch a college football versus an NFL football. Same thing with quarterbacks. NFL defense is way more complex than college football defenses. So everybody got a learning curve that they must go through. And unfortunately, the defense is late. Yeah, it's just unfortunate because
but it starts at a young age, though, Bama. Do you agree? They're not teaching that in Pop Warner.
They teach you how to wrap up and tackle. They teach you how to wrap up and tackle in Pop Warner. It's just it's only from when kids watch NFL players, right? That's when they sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm a tackle." That's where you see in high school ball a lot. What you see or middle school ball, you hear wrap up, because all them kids want to throw their shoulders like them NFL dudes, and they don't realize. J-Rob, in my line, a lot of times in the NFL, especially with defenders, bro, they do their own thing. They do stuff outside of what's not being taught because they are at a point of their career where they, professionals or whatever the case may be. J-Rob, how many times you saw a DB get burnt, bro, from just playing horrible technique, improper technique? Nice. And you at home know, hey, bro, like for instance, I saw on the goal line, a DB gives a receiver inside release on the goal line. What's the rule number 1 on the goal line? You take away the inside. Like, but him, soon as the receiver did the little stutter step, he leaves the inside wide open. It's like, bro, they do what they want to do in the NFL. So at the end of the day, bro, it's a rule that's put in place, dog, because that junk is hurting a lot of people, bro. Like Mark Andrews, like just ask Mark Andrews and them boys about like how they feel about them tackles. Like, because if you look at how they do it, like, yeah, it gets to a murky water with like what J-Rob's saying, because it's hard to like kind of choose like if it's malicious or not. So when you get to something where you got to choose whether it was intentional or non-intentional, it's like, bro, just do away with it completely.
I mean, I get
that's hard. That's hard to judge whether J-Rob was tackling me dirty
with the intention to sprain my ankle or something. That's my whole thing about it. Because, and I do, and I had mentioned it yesterday. Remember, I said we got to get back to teaching that alligator roll, and I'm like, the alligator roll ain't the perfect technique, but I do think it is safer than the hip drop. But the problem is again, Bama, like, how do you gauge intent on that? Like, how do you gauge intent on that tackle? Like,
I mean, you won't be able to. When it comes to intent, you won't be able to. It's just purely if their body's landing
Like
below the knee.
Like helmet
and
to
that's how
helmet,
they're
you
gonna judge
can
it.
easily judge helmet to helmet. You can easily judge a horse collar. You know, like those are kind of like, yeah, you could gauge a blindside hit. You feel me? Like those are easy. That's my whole
Well,
issue.
you'll be able to gauge this. Like I said, if their body when they're dropping down from the hip and their body completely puts all the weight below the knee as they're falling down, that's automatically a penalty. I do think it will be like people will be able to adjust. But my issue is when you see something like a horse collar, for example, they automatically know, okay, we don't really want to grab anything above the shoulders. Like that's easy to remember and to adjust even in the midst of a game. The problem is once the runner is about to enter that second level and he's about to pass right by you, your instinct is to grab around his hips. That's going to be extremely hard to adjust at that moment in time. It's like, okay, I got to grab around the hips, but I also have to maneuver my body while I'm grabbing the hips so I don't
get
go
your motherfucking
to
shoulder
certain place. Yeah, so we are taught to grab around the hips already, but now in this situation, we have to maneuver our body while grabbing around the hips, especially if they're about to enter the second level running past me. That'll be extremely difficult, which is why I don't like this nearly.
I was taught to grab around the hips growing up. Hey,
Nah, seriously though. I do think that rule is a little rough. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be hard to see how that goes in the NFL.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I'm
I
kind of
like
nervous
the
about
kickoff
that.
though. I like the kickoff though.
Oh, I love the kickoff.
Oh,
I love
the
it.
kickoff is good. Yeah,
because it kind of simulates what you go see on offense and defense because everybody on offense and defense ain't got running starts or whatever the case may be. You set kind of how it is across the board, and then that allows the return man, bro. You got to have vision. You got to find the hole. You got to, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's. I'm not mad at it. I used to do the wedge buster shit. Like so, me myself personally, like I mean, I didn't care.
You was the wedge buster?
Old school. Hell yeah, bro. I ain't getting no fuck, nigga. Slide right in.
Nigga was a human torpedo.
Fact, crash dummy. You was crash test dummies, bro.
Yeah, straight crash dummy, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I play all special teams. So I was back. I was a dude that used to peel back on kickoff return and then come up. So what they call it, like L2 or some shit like that. Anyway, but looking at it now, because like I said, just looking back on it, you know, J-Rob, after we get done playing, you be looking back at the shit you did. And it's like, yeah, bro, that shit really take years off your life, bro. So looking at where the game is now, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Because them boys in the NFL, they really like torpedoes out there. They'll put you to sleep with the quickness.
And they faster and stronger.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? You wanna protect the product as much as possible, right? Because these fans, they come here to see the players, not necessarily the coaches or the schemes or the uniforms or whatever the case may be. So, you know what I'm saying? Dudes really getting it. And then, you know, another thing of it too, just to keep it real, the NFL don't want to pay out that $1 billion lawsuit that's waiting on them with that CTE stuff. Like, you know, they still like pushing for that. Like that CTE fight still going on. I don't want folks to think that that's not going on. Like they still trying to figure out how they go really come to, because you know that's a $1 billion franchise, so they go do everything to protect their bottom line, but they still trying to figure out, bro, because the NFL, like a lot of them older players from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and like I said, if you just look at, I don't want to go out too far, but if you just look at what what's old boy John Jones' brother, Chandler Jones, bro, them boys get that CTE or whatever, and they just set them back out with the general public. They don't get no counseling, they don't get no therapy, they don't get no nothing, bro. You just sit them folks out with the general public, and then we just like, oh, they crazy. But nah, bro. Sometimes in situations like that, them boys like so messed up in the head. That's bad for society.
And nowadays, Bama, because we're more aware of it, like it's even worse because you look at the guys that you watch, you know, in our age group, that 25 to 30, 35, the guys that we watched growing up. I'm watching Adrian Peterson talking. I'm like, damn, Adrian Peterson sound kind of slow when he talking. He don't, his words a little slur. I'm watching Tony Brown. I'm like, damn, Tony Brown don't seem like he got it all there. Like it starts to get even worse when you start to at the player that you watch growing up start to get older and they don't have the sharpness. Like it's a lot of for every Steve Smith, it's 5 Antonio Browns. Like
Antonio Brown is a test case of. Like when he passes, the scientists are going to be fighting to get to his brain because his fall off has been incredible, and you can legitimately time it to when Vontaze Burfict literally killed him on that playoff game.
Yeah, that was a tough hit.
It was crazy. Like, because you watch how he was before to how he is now. Like before that hit and after. That's the clear.
I mean, even with Junior Seau, he retired after a successful career, got a gold jacket and everything. That man had a family and all of that stuff, and they said that dude felt alone to the point to where he put a gun to his head, dog. Like, and then now they just want to be like, oh yeah, that positive side effects of CTE, and they just say it so casually. Like, nah, bro, don't say that casually, because like that man really, you know, as a kid, you know, we everybody that played football. I know, Random, you kind of came over here late, but J-Rob know what I mean. Like, as a kid, bro, just growing up here in America, bro, football is king, bro, especially back on the East Coast. Like, football is king, bro. Like, you just see your cousins.
They stole
in.
Sunday
like,
from the churches.
Literally. So now you get to an adult to where you gave your whole life to this, but then you retire, bro, and you thinking, oh, I can finally enjoy my life. And then all of a sudden, bro, you got this condition that's been given to you from playing the game that you love, bro. I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? They got to do with it. They gotta clean up the game a little bit better. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be kind of like almost flag football. But shit, bro, they could have kept it the same way and just paid them folks, or you know what I'm saying, some type of retirement plan.
I've seen like certain doctors compare CTE to a soldier coming home from the war, thinking that he's okay, but then when he gets over here and he can't readjust, like he can't readjust.
Well, it's nasty, because I'll let you go after this, because I did a report on that shit, bro. I wish I could just show y'all, like I had like a picture of it. It puts like spider web looking whatever. It's almost like a calluses almost, but that shit like a spider web, and that shit goes over all your brain, bro. Like it's crazy. They didn't show people, because they showed like a boxer's brain after he retired, bro. It was so much, and the shit literally is white, like. No bullshit, is white, and it's like it's a hardish substance that be up in your brain, bro, and that shit really like it can cover your whole brain and eat it up, bro, to where it's like you can just see the fall off is real. Like when people just be joking about Antonio Brown like that, nah, that shit is serious, bro, because that shit probably is eating his brain, bro, like to the point to where he just act like that, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, the one thing people don't realize is after the players leave, they only have 5 years after their playing days are over to get any kind of insurance. That's all they get after they're done. So CTE is not going to pop up unless I guess maybe in serious cases, I don't know that much, in 5 years. This is something that affected Junior Seau a decade after he was done playing. So this is why I guess one of the things, and this is kind of going back to the collective bargaining agreement, I'm like, the guaranteed contracts are like lifetime health care. Like, this is something these people are going to be dealing with their whole life, just so your league could get to where it is today. And for you not to be able to humble those veterans, which is one thing basketball always has, you're able to see the veterans later in life. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar still walking around walking. Like, he's still there. You can't.
I mean, different sport.
I understand, but I'm just saying, like, but this is one of the things that I wonder how the other leagues approach something like this, because 5 years is not enough for anybody. So now you just take care of all the quick things you know you can take care of, but.
I mean, you need health care. Now you need health care all the rest of your life, bro.
Lifetime health care is something the players can be fighting for.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be something that, like, I'm with Random on that 1000%. Like, 5 years is not enough severance, bro. Like, it's not, especially for the amount of, especially for what you gave your body for the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it should be lifetime. Come on, y'all.
It should be lifetime. And why not lifetime though? And like, bro, why can't I just go get it? Why can't I go get a checkup? Why can't I get pain medication? Why can't I get sleeping pills? Why can't I just go get therapy?
Shit, Charles Barkley said the reason why he don't do 2K, because he said that if they would take that 2K money, that $1 billion they make every year off 2K, and put that towards the retirement players in the NBA, Charles Barkley said he would do it. He said he don't even want a dime. Just take that money y'all use all these players, take some of that money and give out like funds to retired players, some of that earnings that you win. Because 2K, come on, 2K do $1 billion every year. Right. Take some of that money, and start siphoning it out to the retired players. He said he'll do 2K every year. He'll do a face scan every year. Like, they can do the same thing with Madden. Like, man, get that money out to the retired players. Y'all using them any damn way. Y'all using Lawrence Taylor, using Bo Jackson. They ain't getting no bread.
No, facts. I agree.
I do want to point out this too. Not only is the kickoff rule is making it safer, obviously based on how they're lined up, with the blockers and the people running, obviously, for the kickoff. They also can't move until the ball lands in either the landing zone or the end zone. Right. And it's also here to incentivize kickoff returns. One big thing about it is if it lands in the landing zone, which is about 20 yards in front of the end zone, I believe, that area 20 yard from the 20-yard line to the end zone, I believe, if it lands in the landing zone, they have to return the ball. So this would incentivize more kickoff returns, because last year nobody returned the ball. Like, it was just not a thing anymore. Even if the ball landed in the 10-yard line, they will fair catch it and still get it at the 25. So that's another part of that will be interesting. For onsides, they have to let the other team know that they're doing an onside kick so they can change their formation. Because if the ball lands and it's not in the end zone or the landing zone, that's a penalty. Just like if it hits outside of the out of bounds mark, it's the exact same penalty. So they want to make sure that they're not screwing over the kicking team. So you have to let the defense know, or the returning team know.
For those of you who don't know, anybody who watched the XFL last year, it's basically that. It's basically that. So we, at least for fans who keep up with the game, there shouldn't be that much of an adjustment, and they should find a really easy way to introduce new fans who haven't watched the UFL. It should be pretty easy to explain for new fans coming in.
Yeah, it won't be that hard once you see it on the screen.
Facts. If you watch, and I do think it's safer. But hey, we got some contestants up here. You want to put these boys in the ring? I'll get out there.
Who's this with the Gerald Wallace?
JJ
Gerald Wallace?
Matt.
Oh, that boy got Osama on his shit. Okay,
that's my dog. That's my dog, Max.
That's
man.
crazy.
Bama, you ain't the only person from
Max
Bama.
right there. That's a by any means legend right there.
Let me know then. If y'all don't
person from Bama,
Gerald Wallace fans, they call that boy Osama, boy. Roll Tide. He played at Alabama. I know all the dogs that went to Alabama.
Just ask him, Matt.
Wait, let me say one thing. We got 2 minutes. I'll give y'all 2 minutes chat. If any more contestants want to come win $100.
$100 Tuesdays. Come on, man.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. This might be the
Hey, while we still wait on contestant Riddell, how they gonna do onside kicks?
So basically, the kicking team will have to let the returning team know that they're going to do an onside kick so they can change their formation, because they won't be able to do like squibs or onsides without the other team changing the formation to change the landing zone, because it needs to get kicked into the landing zone for it to be a okay kick.
So onsides are the casualty of this.
Onside, but
to be fair, onside kicks are great when they work. The only reason we give Sean Payton the love that he gets for doing that surprise onside in the Super Bowl is because it worked, or else we would be killing him to this day. So now he
ain't got the opportunity to swing the game like that. That was a big swing.
That's a minuscule percentage. That's a minuscule.
Yeah, I agree.
It just sucks, but I mean, if you can still get, which means maybe special teams. I wish we could talk like Trent's dad. Maybe he could cook up something to get a very different looking onside. Maybe that could be something we could get from it.
Yeah. I mean, I can bear the kickoff rule because I get the way they're changing it. Just the drop tackle rule I don't like, but I know y'all already went into that. It's just I get the kickoff rule because I think a lot of people don't really understand it from the perception of, if you were a player, you don't understand like how exactly a kickoff works and what happens like in those moments, and how it's honestly making it a little bit safer. But it just the drop tackle rule, at least for me,
ain't no more Devin Hesters, man.
I mean, he might be on Dallas, bro. Turbin is a dog at returning. I'm gonna be honest. Give him the chance.
I mean, he's solid, but I mean, it's 50-50. It's just a drop tackle rule completely. I saw it this morning, and I just was like, I don't get it, because I understand like the only time. Like, my thing is with it, I'll say this. The only time that I've ever in my life seen that where that has happened was in 2014 at Ole Miss when Laquan Treadwell was playing Auburn, and he got a pass. And I don't remember who it was, but someone got behind him, and he went behind and it broke his leg. That's the only time that I remember that ever happened. Outside of that, I don't remember a tackle. He he went behind him and there was the player underneath and they went between him. Other than that, I've never seen an issue where that tackle has caused a serious injury like that. I understand why they're trying to make that move, but my problem is this is just another issue.
Well, it technically injured 15 players last year.
Yeah, no, and I'm saying, like, if we count that into inclusion, I just feel like it's making it harder for defense to be played.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because now you have to understand, combine that with the fact that pass interference is also still tricky to call. Now you're saying that this drop tackle is included. I just think it's now going to make it where these offenses are going to be able to score more easily. Because now it's just going to be hardest for the defenders to play the position that they want to play without getting called for a penalty. I just feel like that's going to make it harder for the
It'll be an adjustment period.
To what Bama said earlier, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you have to learn how to adjust to the new rule. Now, I do agree. I feel like the drop tackle, like, I don't know what you want these players to do at this point. Like, if I'm chasing you down from the side, like, what am I supposed to do? Literally sit there and hold you, like, hug you before you can keep on going? Like, I think that's but, I mean, realistically, you got to live with it now. The rule is in effect, so you got to figure it out. But
yeah. Also, they added a new rule for challenges. So now if you get one of the two challenges successful, you will automatically get your third. You don't have to have both successful for you to get a third challenge. So that was a little quick change as well.
I mean, I get it, but I'd rather you get two so you get both of them right so you can get a third.
Wait, how does it work one more time? So
if you get one of your two challenges right, you get a third one. When I'm like, I'd rather you, like, if you get both your challenges right in the game, you get a third one.
I think if you get a challenge right, you shouldn't lose it. No matter how many, if you get it right, you shouldn't lose it at all.
Yeah, facts. I agree with that. All right,
I think it's
early. This nigga sleeping. This is not real.
Better be pretend.
It's not real.
This can't be real.
Yeah, there's no way it could be real.
There's no way this could be real.
You trying to get an acting contract?
No, there's no way.
You trying to be on the
no way.
movie?
Did he
really sleep?
Out cold, bro.
I do have a question for y'all. I'm not gonna lie. If I heard this new rule and I'm like a defender, I'm low-key boycotting NFL.
What?
His screen might just be froze, bro.
This is W acting right now, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Damn, he really out cold for her.
Nah, bro, his screen definitely
early.
froze,
Come on, bro.
No, I see it moving. There's no way he faked it.
Nah.
So what's it called?
Bro, tired.
I got an ambulance.
Call him.
All right, this acting going a little too long, man.
It was a long night at Diddy's house. He had to stay awake.
Yo, he was really sleeping. Yo, when your eyes go up like this, that means you're really sleeping.
Yeah, bro. He was out.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
And you muted. And you muted.
Lord have mercy. All right, early, you up now and you muted, brother. Let's get it together.
Muted.
And I went to sleep on the job.
Yeah.
I've been ripping and running, man. I'm sorry, man. I've been on this road, man. My bad. Let's get it though. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it. I'm gonna let I guess I'll go in the back and let these boys do their thing. Bama, who you want to do your judging early?
All right.
Yeah, I'll go to the back too if they need.
I'll go to the back. I could judge. I'll just go to the back, bro.
So let me get, of course, OG Riddell, and then OG Random. We're gonna have Grant go at it. We're gonna have Hellfire, of course. We're gonna have JJ. We got how many got? We got 5 or 6? Oh, or 6.
Yeah, me and J-Rod can drop out. Just put me in the back, J-Rod.
Yeah, I'm
all right, cool. So all right, bet. So we'll have a. I like that. Okay, cool. So we'll go Grant, Hellfire, JJ, and then of course my man. What is it? What is it? Mad Max. Yeah. And then, are you a part of this, Grant? You getting in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, make it bread, bro.
All right. All right, bet. So this is how we're gonna do this. Woo, it's gonna be a lot. All right, so we got 2, 5. How we gonna do this competition, man? First round of eliminations. Let's do this. Let's get your, instead of being a debate for the first round, let's get your football knowledge. Let's see what you know about the history of the game. Okay? First round, you will be eliminated by, it's $100. First round, you will be eliminated by your history and your knowledge of the game. Okay? We will give you questions about the game, and you got to know. Okay? Simple as that. Are you boys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. So starting it off, okay? Name me 5 receivers that are over 13,000 yards. Starting off with Dev.
Oh, 5 receivers.
Hands up, Dev.
All right, let go. So we're gonna go. Oh, in a career, you mean?
13,000 yards all time. 1,300 yards. 13,000 yards.
All right, Jerry Rice is an easy one.
Okay.
Let's go with T.O.
Okay.
Randy Moss.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Steve Smith.
Mm-hmm.
And not him. Marvin Harris. No. Marvin Harris. I already said his name.
You said Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice, T.O.
Randy Moss.
Steve Smith.
And Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's all 5 of them are good.
All right.
All right, bet next. JJ. You got a question for him? You got a trivia for him, Randall?
I need you to tell me
Hands up, JJ.
Hands up. Every running back that ran for 2,000 yards in a season.
Every running back that ran for 2,000 yards a season. All right, Derrick Henry. AP. Whoa. Oh my gosh. The Barry Sanders.
Football knowledge. That football knowledge.
Chris Johnson.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Chat. You better stop it.
Hey, you disappointed.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Can you tell me how many there are? Not who is it, but how many there are.
All right, give me a second.
I want to say I'm almost certain it's 7.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is 7.
Barry Sanders.
7. It's 7.
So that's 4.
Okay. Golly.
Drink more water. Stop helping him.
Oh, damn, band.
That's crazy.
I got 4.
OJ 20 Simpson. Seconds. 20 seconds on the clock.
OJ Simpson.
1.
Okay, that's 5.
I know one you're gonna get.
I know.
Y'all always look over him.
Oh gosh.
20 seconds on the clock. 20, 19,
Jim
18,
Brown?
17.
No.
Nope. 16.
Oh my
15,
gosh.
14, 13, 12.
Emmitt Smith?
11,
Nope.
10, 9.
Bro.
You gonna feel dumb when you
Do you
don't.
have to give all of them?
There's only 7.
Okay.
Riddell.
I was just asking.
5.
I think I know 7.
4, 3, 2.
Marshall Falk.
No.
Nope. So the last ones was, and I always forget, Jamal
Lewis.
Jamal Lewis.
For the Baltimore. They always get Jamal Lewis wrong.
Jamal Lewis, man.
And Terrell
Always
Davis.
get Jamal. And
Yeah, I knew it was
Terrell
Terrell
Davis.
I knew it was TD.
Oh, did he not see TD? Okay.
They always forget. They always
Matt,
forget Jamal.
There, you got trivia for
Yo.
Yeah. I just found a question. All right. So, name 5. Yeah, we'll say 5. Name 5 Super Bowl MVPs before 2010s.
Before 2010s?
Yeah. Somewhat difficult, you know.
He ain't got his mic on, so he get to cheat. I mean, he got his mic. He ain't got his
Oh, no. Larry Fitzgerald? Did Larry Fitzgerald? No.
You said, what we talking about? You said what?
What?
Super Bowl MVPs.
No, Larry
Name
never
5
won
football
one.
MVPs.
Yeah, Larry didn't even win a Super Bowl.
You got 3 wrong answers. You got
Loki, he could have won it. He could have been the title in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, he definitely could have, but
He would have won it.
You should knock
3
this
more
out
wrong
mad.
answers.
My question ain't too hard.
You should knock this one mad quick.
You said 5 or 3?
5.
5 Super Bowl MVPs for 2010.
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't believe I missed on.
Damn, bro, I'm on the spot. I was stuck.
Come on, Mad Max.
I'm on
Think
the
of really good players. Really good players.
Are we allowed to steal if we know the answer, or is it all
Yeah,
just
still.
easy?
You can still. You can.
Yeah.
10 seconds on the
White.
clock, Matt. You got name in 10 seconds. 10.
You can't say Tom Brady though.
9,
Tom Brady's out.
Can I
8,
steal? Okay.
7, 6, 5,
Like you have
4,
all of history before
3,
2010.
Just name
2, 1.
Y'all got it. I just
All
got
right,
called.
you
the
said
spot.
5.
Deion Branch.
You said okay. I'm trying to think. There was Ray Lewis. You said we can't say Brady, right?
Yep.
You can't say Brady.
Okay, so Ray Lewis, Deion Branch, I believe won one because he won one with New England.
Mm-hmm.
Hines Ward, was Hines Ward? Yeah, Hines Ward was 09. Terrell Davis, because I know he won one, and I'm trying to. Wait, did he win the? Emmitt Smith won one with the Cowboys, so that's 5.
You could have just named. Yeah, Grant got
Kurt
it.
Warner won one.
Well,
Y'all
I
could
was
have just named 5 quarterbacks, so y'all would have been Gucci.
Oh, I thought you said players.
Yeah, he said players.
Yeah,
I mean,
players.
yeah, players.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
He
that's
said,
what
well,
I mean,
once we
quarterbacks
allowed
are
Tom
players.
Brady, we was Gucci. I thought.
Last
we
but
was
not
good.
least,
Yeah.
we got my boy Hellfire.
Oh, we need a question for him, right?
Yeah, Hellfire.
I think right there.
Hellfire is an encyclopedia.
Hands up, Hellfire.
I got one. I got one if you need to give him a question.
I got one. You got one?
Early, you say yours. I'll say mine.
Okay. All right. So my question is, let me see. All right, cool. Let me see, because I gotta go. I want to make sure I'm correct. All right, name me 3 receivers that had 20 plus catches in the game.
Ooh.
20.
Wait, how many receivers you said?
He said
3 receivers who've had
3
20
receivers.
plus catches in the game. Say, JJ, this is your chance to steal it if you can think about it.
Ooh, 3 receivers with 20 plus catches in a game. Brandon Marshall?
Uh-huh.
Thought so.
Well, I'm sorry. It's only 2 receivers. Can you name up?
Oh, there's only 2?
Yes, it's 2.
Ooh. About to say, I had the feeling 3 wasn't right.
Yeah, so it's 2. Hands up.
Yo.
And
Hands up. Hands up.
My hands are up. My hands are up.
All right.
But yeah, Brandon Marshall.
20 seconds on the clock. 20.
Steve Largent.
Nope. 19.
Jerry Rice.
18. 17. 16. 15.
JJ, you better steal this.
14.
Dwight Clark.
13. 12. 11. 10.
20 catches in the game.
9.
20 catches in the
8.
game.
7. 6.
20 catches in the game.
5. 4. 3. 2.
Julio?
1.
No.
Nope. You kept naming who you got, JJ?
Is it Keenan Allen?
Nope. Anybody else stealing?
I think Dev's raising his hand. Did you?
Let Grant get it.
No, I don't know it.
This is crazy.
I'm gonna know. You're gonna say it. And I'm gonna feel stupid for not knowing.
All right, so Terrell Owens, the
Owens.
only other receiver to have 20 catches.
Oh my!
In the NFL.
I
You
was
named like
thinking right
5 49er receivers.
I'm a horrible.
Yeah, I know.
I'm horrible.
I'm real wrong for that. Can't even lie.
All right, bet. So here's what we'll do.
Didn't Keenan Allen have a lot of receptions in one game anyway? You was near.
Here's what we'll do.
It wasn't 20.
Yeah, it was close. I could have sworn.
Here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. Since your boy left, since Mad Max left, what we'll do is that we'll do a 2-on-2. Okay. So we'll do Grant and JJ and Dev and Hellfire. Okay. So this is what we'll do. The winners of these matchups, okay, go head to head for the 100. All right, cool. Who's ever running it, give me Dev and Hellfire matched up.
All right. Dev and Hellfire. My question is, what is the no? In your opinion, I need
first
to
to three. First to three wins.
Okay, what is the worst playoff loss? No, what in your opinion? What is the worst playoff loss of the 2010s?
Anybody about it? Can we get Dev and Hellfire by themselves?
Wait, like I have a question. Like my worst, like my worst. You mean
what is the
like
worst
shouldn't have
playoff
lost
loss
or like controversial loss?
No, in your opinion.
It's your opinion. You're trying to sell us. You're trying to sell us, Dev. What is the worst loss of what is the worst playoff loss of the 2010s?
Oh, I got one.
Actually, no. And here's a provision: you cannot use the 28-3 Super Bowl.
All right. I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna use that one anyway.
When you say 2010s, can you clarify? Like
From 2010 to 2019, what is the worst playoff loss of that is not the 28-3 Super Bowl?
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? Do you want to flip a coin?
I'll let you go first. Go for it.
All right. So, in my opinion, I'm gonna be a little different. Honestly, it's an easy way we can go by like a team that choked, but I'm gonna go with one of the most controversial losses in NFL history. And Grant, you know this one. 2018, the New Orleans Saints losing in the NFC Championship game. And here's the thing. Yes, it went to overtime, but it should have never went to overtime because that was a blatant foul call. And people if you want to go with the Drew Brees through an interception, but the thing is, they were in position to score to win the game. I forgot it was a tie. Yeah, they were in position to score to win the game and to go into the Super Bowl to face Tom Brady and New England Patriots. Now, not only caused Drew Brees another Super Bowl opportunity, that caused the New Orleans Saints to potentially get another Super Bowl because that offense was really good that year with Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. The defense, they had Cam Jordan, DeMarco there. Well, they're a really good defense, and they was one of the best teams in the NFL that year. So I think that's the reason why I got the worst playoff loss is because of it was a blatant call by the refs. It was not in the players' control, and this allowed them, and a completely momentum shifter, and that loss cost. Not only that was probably the last year Drew Brees had a good year too. That was Drew Brees' last good year. So not only that officially closed the New Orleans Saints window. So that's why I have that the worst playoff loss because it closed the Saints window. It was a blatant foul call, and they should have been in the Super Bowl that year. Plain and simple.
Hellfire.
Okay, for me, the worst playoff loss of the 2010s. I would honestly have to put it as the Chiefs loss to the Patriots that was in the playoffs that had the D Ford offsides call, because that was personally, to me, one of the biggest forms of self-sabotage and team sabotage I had ever seen. It was already a great playoff game, and it felt like that was supposed to be the moment where the torch was passed. That was supposed to be the moment where Mahomes made it to that bowl and easily potentially end up winning that Super Bowl. Mahomes honestly outplayed Brady for most of the game. They had the better looking offense most of the game as far as like being able to stretch the ball down the field and things of that nature. It was that penalty was so cost worthy, especially considering what quarter it was in, the down and distance that it ended up setting up, and what it ended up setting up afterwards. that was easily that one was something that luckily did not fumble or detriment Mahomes' legacy, even though it very well could have. And
Okay.
for that alone is why I say that's the worst playoff loss in the 2010s.
All right, time. Judges, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go with Dev simply because Hellfire stated that it didn't damage Mahomes' career. So I wouldn't say it was that bad of a loss since it didn't damage his career. He was able to still recover from that and still be looked at as probably the second greatest quarterback of all time. So I'm going to go with Dev. Quick answer.
I would also go with Dev, just because obviously we know what happened afterwards. Even though I was looking, I think both of y'all could have chose better games.
Yeah, I want you to know the Super Bowl is the playoffs, guys. If you guys would have said the Patriots Atlanta game, you would have.
No, I took that one out. I took that one out because that's the easy
or even
one.
the Patriots Seahawks.
You could have said Patriots Seahawks. You could have said Denver getting waxed by the Seahawks. You could have said
be a little different.
You could have said the Chiefs
Well,
blowing
Denver getting waxed.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. You guys already you could have said the Chiefs blowing a 28-point lead to Marcus Mariota and the Titans, where Mariota threw a touchdown to himself. You could have said Blake Bortles walking into Pittsburgh with Saxonville and beating Ben Roethlisberger in a shootout, which is the one. If y'all said that, I would have voted for you automatically. I would have voted for you automatically. That's the worst playoff loss of the 2010s. That might be one of the worst playoff losses of all time, in my opinion. They had no reason to lose that game. But I would go with Dev because you're looking at the implications of that loss. Drew Brees was just never the same after that. And that was like legitimately the last chance for us to even get a Brady Brees Super Bowl, especially with historically Drew Brees is very good against Brady. So that would have been a very interesting matchup to see. So I'm going with Dev.
Okay. So Dev, you win that one. That's already 2 for 3. All right, next question. I got the question right.
Mm-hmm.
Not named Barry Sanders. Who is the most elusive ball carrier not named Barry Sanders in NFL history? Dev, Hellfire, you go first. The Dev went first in the last game. Hey, put the timers on. 30 seconds on the clock. Let me know when y'all got that timers on.
Hold on.
Give me a second.
Let me know when it's set.
Hands up. Oh, never mind. You good. We good. No, not this round. We good. Not yet. All right. You good? Random?
Yeah.
All right, and go. 30 seconds on the clock.
All right. Most elusive running back outside of Barry Sanders to me in NFL history, I'm going to have to give it to AP, and that's something that I feel like is not talked about. It's more his power is more so talked about than his elusiveness, but he had the complete package as a runner, inside and outside. And with his frame, he was a hell of a lot more elusive than what people.
Time.
Damn.
All right. 30 seconds on the
30
clock.
seconds.
Yeah, Dev. 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Go, Dev. 30 seconds on the clock.
Shady LaShawn McCoy. He has one of the best forwards all time. And I'm going to use a game. Y'all remember that game in the snow? He was still making cuts in the snow, cutting through. And the Eagles, his nickname Shady for a reason. He was the most elusive running back in the league. Couldn't be touched at all. Running through tackles. And he has very good patience, underrated patience that we don't talk about. So LaShawn McCoy, and not only that, I forgot his yardage, but at his peak, when he was playing for Philly and Buffalo, he was legit making similar cuts in the snow, rain, sleet, and whichever weather. And his game always translated.
All right, judges going from random. Who you got?
Dev. 30 seconds. You don't got time to restate the question, Hellfire. You got to get right in it.
I'm gonna go with Dev too. Hellfire. If you'd have said somebody like Marshall Faulk, I would have probably been more enticed to at least give you a consideration.
All the way back, said Gale Sayers, like
and I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all could have got creative. You could have said something like Dante Hall.
Mm-hmm.
I said ball carrier. He ain't got to be an NFL player. Could have said Devin Hester. He ain't got to be a running back.
I would have got nasty said Bijan, but I was thinking with Bijan.
As long as you make the argument that I'm here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dev. So I guess that's 2 out of 3. All right, best. So Riddell, you got a question? Remember, it's first to 3.
I got a question for you. So a lot of conversations happened on this platform, especially talk about the wide receiver position, my favorite position.
Dev said Shady, Bama.
So the question is, what matters most to you when it comes to the wide receiver position. What trait, what skill do you think is the most important for a wide receiver to have? A lot of ways you can go about it, but that's your question.
I'm gonna let Hellfire go first because he's behind the 8 ball. Hellfire, give him 35 seconds. I'm with 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay, you want 30 seconds or
30
35?
seconds on the clock.
All right,
30 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Hellfire. So, what was the question again? You said the most important thing at receiver.
Yeah, what's the most important trait for a wide receiver?
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Hellfire, 3, 2, 1. Go, Hellfire.
I've got to give it to route running for me when it comes to wide receivers. People talk about their ability to catch the ball. People talk about their ability to have the straight line speed. It's the route running for me, and I'm going to go even further than that. It's the release and the footwork along with the ability to run your routes. So you got to be able to run as close to the complete route tree as possible to me. And that's
Time.
one. Okay.
All right, Dev, 30 seconds on the clock. You ready, Random?
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go, Dev.
I'm going yakability with the hands. If you look at all the top 5 receivers in the league today, they have yakability with great hands. Justin Jefferson, we see him make crazy catches, and he's able to make still able to make plays with different quarterbacks. AJ Brown making plays with Jalen Hurts. You have a yakability. Like Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, you see Tyreek Hill catch under thrown balls and still able to make a play. If you have great yakability in hands, you can literally play with damn near any quarterback, and you're the playmaker, you're the weapon of your team. Having yakability for your team.
Early, let me go first.
Go ahead.
The reason why you lose, Dev, is you said 2 traits. That is
True.
the reason why you lose. If you would have just went yak and then go there, then go with your explanation, fine. But you said yak and hands. That's cheap. So
if I'm being 100% honest, I agree with J Rob in the private chat. I think they should go another round. He's going off. Bring J Rob up here. Let him explain.
All right. When he said route, because the only reason I gave 2 because he said route running, then he added on what's called release. So that was like,
I got one. I got one for him there. I got one for him, J Rob. I gotta get what you're saying. So not naming Jerry Rice and Joe Montana or Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning, name me, in your opinion, one of the greatest receiver quarterback duos of all time. But you can't name Jerry Rice and Joe Montana, and you can't name Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning. 40 seconds on the clock.
40 seconds.
Let's go. Hellfire. Are you ready? 40 seconds on the clock. All right, 3, 2, 1. Go, Hellfire.
I'm actually going to go with Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne. That's one of my personal favorites, just because of their chemistry, and the fact that Reggie Wayne did so much to help him out in single coverage. Without the Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne duo, I feel like that Colts team doesn't get as well as what they could have gotten offensively in the passing game, especially considering the fact that. Okay.
All right, 40 seconds on the clock. You ready? Random?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Deb, you go.
Let's go Brady and Edelman fighting uphill battle. The reason why I'm choosing those two is because of the ability to win the playoffs. They have great chemistry. And not only that, Edelman does have a Super Bowl MVP helping Brady out a lot. And yes, Brady did floor raise Julian Edelman, but Julian Edelman was always reliable, one of the best slot receivers to do it, play a playoff riser. And they did it when it mattered most in the playoffs, and that's what matters. So they're the most winning tandem between our two duos we chose, because they both have a combined 5 Super Bowls. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but and knowing that Julian Edelman showed up big time in that Falcons game, Tom Brady always shows up big time, using him as an old reliable. And you see in multiple games, whenever he needed a third down, he'd go to Edelman. Whenever he needed some yardage to move the sticks, he'll go to Edelman to find the right routes, and that's why I got them as the. And not only that, Edelman is also the second in all-time playoff receiving. He's top 5 in all-time playoff receiving, and that's due to him and his quarterback Tom Brady, who's the all-time leader in passing yards.
Time
in playoffs.
I bet. But Did Brandon switch accounts and come back in this chat?
Did he? I respect the commitment. No.
But I'll go first. Hellfire, you gotta get in. You gotta get into it. I need you to speak with conviction. I wanted to pick you because it was something new, but for Dev to come in with the stats, with the accolades, that's a full course meal. Dev was cooking right there, man. That's crazy. I'm picking Dev.
You know what, man? I think he threw me in a curveball. I would personally take Randy and Tom over Edelman, even though they had the playoff success. But I'm be honest with you, Tom Brady was so great that in that era, I mean, he got, Deion Branch a Super Bowl MVP. So for me, I think Edelman's not a true receiver, honestly, even though they did have great playoff stats. So I'm actually going Hellfire on this one because I actually love the Reggie Wayne. Doesn't get enough. The fact that I didn't say Marvin, but he said Reggie. And Reggie, low key, I mean, numbers.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna go Brady and Edelman here. I think it's arguable in terms of who technically is the better duo. So I think that is tit for tat at that point. So at this point, it's whose argument was better. And I think Hellfire, you need to kind of get to the point a little bit more because you have the substance. You just got to get to it. Whereas Dev did get into it. You mentioned the Super Bowl MVP. You talked about the playoff numbers, playoff stats, the rising in the playoffs. Even mentioned the game. So, I'm gonna go with Dev here.
All right, so Dev wins that round. It's a sweep. Dev, go ahead and put Dev and Hellfire in the back and give me JJ and Grant. All right, fellas.
Uh-oh. Last time we saw Grant, he was cooking a full course meal as well, JJ. I'm going to need to see something. All right, who got the question?
I have a perfect question.
Go ahead with that.
Who will be the best team in the NFC South next year?
Wait a minute. 30 seconds on the clock.
All right. Let me get
it. Grant, because you're the more of the OG, do you want to go first? You want to give it to JJ? Your mic is muted.
Muted, Grant.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
You wanted to give JJ?
I can go first if y'all want.
No, you. It's you. You're the OG. You pick. You go first or you want to give JJ?
I'll go first.
All right, cool. So, Grant, you got 30 seconds on the clock.
Right.
Random, let me know when you got it. Do you remember
ready.
the question, Grant?
Yeah, best NFC South team.
All right, cool. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds on the clock. Go, Grant.
I'm a Saints fan. This is a difficult question for me, but if I'm looking at it from a team perspective, it's honestly probably Atlanta. Kirk Cousins coming to the team and not only giving them Drake London as well on that squad. People can say that the contract was crazy. I don't really care. It's a good move because he's something that they need for that team. Plus, look at everything that they have on the offense with Bijan, especially how he played last season. I just look at it as Atlanta overall as a very dominant team and a completely different team than last season. I think they're a big threat to the NFC South and could make a decent playoff run with the time on the offensive ball.
So I'm going to say this before you go, JJ. In your 30 seconds, because Grant went first, you can put in there some reason why you believe the Falcons aren't the best in your 30-second. I'm just letting you know, just so you get up.
I got one question. Okay, so then I can't use. All right.
Yeah, you can't use the same team though.
Yeah.
All right. 30 seconds on the clock. Let me know when you're ready, Random.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Cook, JJ.
So I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could easily, not easily, but become the best team in the South. I mean, arguably last year, people thought the Atlanta Falcons were going to be the best team in the South last year, and they didn't come to fruition, especially due to the fact of, quarterback play and all that stuff. Yes, they updated the quarterback play, but the Buccaneers have remained the same with their team consistently with the offense that they had, and their defense hasn't really fallen off at all. So I think, honestly, you could really go towards the Buccaneers and say that they still have a big chance of winning the division. Not to mention that the Falcons' edge rush
easy there, blood.
Has not really been stepped up.
Hey, yo.
We're good.
What?
It's time.
You didn't say time. You didn't say
time.
I thought I said time.
I thought it was getting long.
Yeah.
All right. Random, you go first. Who you got?
Even though I like how JJ tried to present it, but I agree. I'm taking Grant because he had a clear explanation, in my opinion.
I'm gonna be real with you, JJ. If you would have said the fact that that Kurt won't be playing the first couple games, and in this division, if he gets behind, it might be a problem for him trying to catch up. You would have had me sold, but you never mentioned the fact that Kurt is going to be not starting the season because he's still coming off an injury. So I got to go with Grant.
That was the easy kind of pushback to Grant's argument.
Yeah, Grant, I respect you going to the Falcons for sure because
I was so tempted to say the Saints, but it's like
I was hoping both of you guys were going to choose your respective teams.
I couldn't do that. He went first, so it was already settled.
I know he was probably going to say AT. I was tempted to say Tampa Bay because I really think I'm just glad to see where Baker's at in his career. But when I look at all the teams and stuff, I just thought Atlanta looks like the best team out of everybody.
Hey, man. W Strat took the Falcons away from JJ. Respect.
All right, so I got a question, and I'll give you a question that can basically be picked on both sides so everybody have a chance. We're gonna do a college question, kind of college football together. Okay. Name the biggest NFL running back bust that was coming out of college, basically. Like name the biggest star coming out of college that ended up being an NFL bust in the NFL as a running back. 30 seconds on the clock. Grant, you went first the first time. JJ, I ain't have time to think, boy. Let me know when you're ready, Random.
I'm ready.
Dang, hold on.
3, 2, 1. JJ Cook.
Go.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Reggie Bush. I think Reggie Bush was the biggest bust to come out of that was a star in college. Just considering the fact of how how his career ended up and how teams treated him. Honestly speaking, I mean, running backs tend to always have solid careers, but I don't think he had the best career considering who he was as a running back in general. So Reggie Bush coming out of USC was an elite runner. You know what I'm saying? He's just probably the greatest running back ever in college compared to what he did.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. You ready?
Ready.
All right, Grant. 3, 2, 1. Cook.
This is another Nebraska player that I really wish could have gotten his big W. It's Lawrence Phillips. Because when he was at Nebraska, when I saw his film, my parents were actually telling me they thought that this dude was going to be one of the best running backs in the NFL. And he had a bunch of anger issues that completely affected him. He got cut in his second season after having a conflict, but it wasn't nonviolent. And he bounced around the league. He only averaged, I think what my dad said, it was like 3.4 yards a carry and something like that. And his most impactful play was an Aeneas Williams block.
Time.
And that's it.
Time. Wow.
So I'm going to vote first. I'm going to go with JJ. It was really easy to beat too, Grant. I do know about Lawrence Phillips, but for me, it wasn't y'all Trent with because understand Reggie
Trent
Bush
was right there, man.
Reggie Bush actually in the later stages.
I was gonna say
like
Trent Richardson.
Although Reggie Bush isn't a Hall of Famer, his bust like Trent Williams fell off of a cliff. Like Reggie had 2,000 or 3,000 yard seasons. He literally learned how to run between the tackles as he got older as a back. And plus, although he wasn't what they thought he would be, he was still a very productive back in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? He probably the reason why running backs was getting paid for catching the ball at that high level because he got a contract he wasn't even supposed to get for the Saints. So I think if you don't want Trent Williams because he was supposed to be the guy, especially going to Cleveland and coming to that next year after having 900 yards, you'd have smoked JJ Boots. But going with Lawrence Phillips was a little risky, so I got to go with JJ on this one.
I'll go next. I'm going to go Grant on this one. I do like the Reggie Bush pick. I do think you definitely could have gone in a little bit more detail on who Reggie was in college versus who he ended up being in the NFL. And I think Grant did that for Lawrence Phillips. I think he talked about the expectations. He brought up the anger issues. He brought up the stats. He brought up when he was cut. So I liked his argument better for this particular debate. So I'm picking Grant.
I would have took Marcus Lattimore too, because God, that injury hurt.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie. I was about to say Marcus Lattimore, and then I had this conversation about Lawrence Phillips, and then I just was like switched up the last second.
All right, tiebreaker, Random. Who you got?
JJ, I love the attempt, but you needed to sell me on Reggie Bush, and you just couldn't.
I mean,
Grant, especially with the names out there, obviously Marcus Lattimore. If you said Trent, I mean, all you could have done is just shown that picture of Trent Richardson run to the wrong hole when he was with the Colts, and that might have won you the debate for real. But Grant bringing up Lawrence Phillips, And I barely know anything about him. So while he was talking, I'm doing a little bit of research. But for him to bring up specific instances talking about how his off the field affected him on the field, him getting cut, and Jesus, learning about him a little bit. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's a whole documentary his life is. So Grant got it for me.
All right, that's 2-1. 2-0. Again, 1-3. You got a question, Random?
All right. Outside of what? Before the millennium, who was a team? Actually, no, after the millennium, who was a team that you thought would have won multiple Super Bowls?
So just to be sure, so everybody know, millennium means the 2000s. That we're talking about. So you're saying the team going into the 2000s?
Who was the team that you thought was going to win multiple Super Bowls?
Before the 2000s or after 2000s?
After the 2000s.
Okay, cool.
Who was the team that you thought was going to win multiple Super Bowls?
Interesting question.
All right, you went first last time, JJ. Well, JJ's actually down, so let JJ go first.
Can I let Grant go first?
Yep. You go first. 30 seconds.
Wait, can I let Grant go first?
Grant, you willing to go first?
I want to go. So I want to make sure. So is it like, are we talking like 2000s up to this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I got my answer.
Are we talking about teams or specific players?
Teams.
Okay.
All right,
I got my answer.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
You ready?
30 seconds on the clock. 3,
2, 1.
Go.
It's the San Francisco 49ers. Every year with this team, they have been able to build up a pool of talent on their roster. And every year they have a great season. They get into the playoffs and they either completely collapse or they have huge mental mistakes. We saw it in 2020. We saw it this year. We saw it last year. Every year, this team has been a super talented roster, and we have seen them struggle completely in the playoffs. The 49ers are the biggest what-if team because if they could finish in the playoffs, they could be multiple Super Bowl champions that have dynasties in this after the millennium.
Time.
All right, JJ, 30 seconds on the clock. You ready, Randall?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Cook, JJ.
I definitely thought the Seattle Seahawks of the 2010s should have won multiple Super Bowls considering who they had on their squad. You know what I'm saying? That defense, that Legion of Boom defense, is always going to be an elite defense in general. You look at that offense, you look at Russell Wilson, you look at who they had. You had Marshawn Lynch back there toting the rock, you know what I'm saying? Having Russell Wilson be able to deliver the ball to his great receivers and still have that elite defense that we had. You had Michael Bennett coming out the edge, who isn't even that elite of an edge rusher, but was making a lot of noise over there with that team. So I think that Seattle Seahawks team should have won multiple Super Bowls.
Okay.
You know what sucks about Seattle? I'll never forgive them. Why didn't you run the ball on the one play that you had on the 2-yard line? But no, you know what? No, I'm not gonna start.
I'll say this. I feel like potentially a layup would have been the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be honest.
No, because we already know who the Dallas Cowboys are. Like, this is the obvious. We know Dallas is a horrible team. The problem is with Dallas, the reason why I wasn't going to say Dallas is because even though Dallas has talent, they get themselves in this mindset, and it's especially with their fan base every year.
That's exactly what your argument would have been.
They would have been dominant.
No,
it's fine.
They're just the team version of Joel Embiid.
So who'd you go with?
Past the second round.
Grant went with the 49ers. JJ went with the Seahawks. I'm gonna go with JJ here. I think you guys both brought up arguments in terms of talent. I do like the 49ers pick, of course, but the Seahawks, even though they did win one Super Bowl, they could have won more. You're right, with the Legion of Boom and what they provided. So I think it was close. I'm gonna go JJ.
Early, you want to go? You want me to go?
I'll go. I'm gonna go JJ this round. I think Seattle was a team that should at least had 2. Although the 49ers was a team that you expected to win, I think Seattle had the best recipe only because the coaching was there, the quarterback play was there, the defense was there. Like I am really kind of surprised that Russell Wilson doesn't have at least 3 Super Bowls, honestly. So that was a great pick, and you named the players that made them dynamic. And yeah, so I'm gonna go with JJ. Gave me more of an explanation.
That's a clean sweep for me. I would have gone JJ as well. The Seattle Seahawks. Thing about they would be in the conversation, maybe the greatest team of all time. You blow out Peyton Manning the first year, then you beat Tom Brady in the second year. Those are incredible pelts to have on your wall. Plus, JJ mentioning, obviously bringing up a key player on offense and a key player on defense really helped your argument. And every day, and I'm a Brady fan, but every day I think like, what if they won that? Are we talking about? Think about how different we could be talking about that team and Russell Wilson, because the way we're talking about him now, he's like we're talking about like this is it for him. So there's always a big what if for the Seahawks. So JJ won it for me, clean sweep. Great job, JJ.
Cool, JJ. So JJ, that's 2-1. I got anybody got a question? I got a question, but y'all got one?
Go ahead, Early.
Yeah, a great one, right? This is a great one. So with Aaron Donald retiring, and the questions of him being one of the greatest players of all time, I want you guys to name me the greatest defensive player of all time that never won a Super Bowl. 30 seconds on the clock. We'll go Grant first. Well, we'll go JJ. JJ, go ahead, go first now. JJ first. 30 seconds on the clock. Again, greatest defensive player of all time to never win a Super Bowl. Redell, you got your seconds ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock.
I got a question. Can I let Greg go first again?
No, not this time.
Bro,
I see the vision
30
though.
seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Go, JJ.
Damn, wasting 5 seconds is crazy.
Yeah. Gosh.
10 seconds though. Ooh.
I'm cooked. Yo, I'm cooked. Oh yeah, it's over.
Oh, he ran!
What?
Oh, no way! Yo, he could have said no.
I mean,
Grant,
it's over.
Yeah, it's
now.
over. Grant, he could have said Derek Thomas.
I would have said no, Derek Thomas.
I was saying, I'm still here.
Derek Thomas?
Oh no, he didn't. You're right.
Oh, JJ,
I was still here. I don't know what happened. I didn't go nowhere.
It's over anyway. You said you were cooked.
Yeah, it's over.
I said I was cooked, but I didn't go anywhere. I literally.
All right, but Grant still got to give me one.
I got you.
Okay.
You succeeded? Are you giving it up?
No, I don't want to concede. I don't want to concede, but you already said the time
J-Rob kicked him. Right, J-Rob removed him.
Whoever said 2011 LeBron choke is disgusting.
Wait. Hey, I got a question. How much time did I have before I got removed?
You had 7 seconds.
Okay.
Can you sell us in 7 seconds?
Can I do it in 7 seconds?
Can you sell us?
All right.
I'll be nice.
Let me know when you start the 7. 10
seconds
I'm ready.
I'll be 10 seconds.
10
seconds on the clock.
10?
Okay.
Yeah, 10 seconds on the clock. You ready, random?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Definitely Weapon X. Come on, let's be real. I'm not gonna lie. If you think about what Weapon X did on the Eagles and all these other teams, he literally is one of the hardest city safeties ever. He has great coverage skills and everything. I mean, let's be real. If he was on a
time.
This could be a choke job. This is the Grant, don't you fuck this up, Grant. Don't you fuck this up.
Yo.
30 seconds on the clock, Grant. 3, 2, 1. Go, Grant.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say Dick Butkus because he's one of the best defensive players ever. I can't think of a single name of a guy who had 8 Pro Bowls and was a 5-time All-Pro, but he didn't win a single championship during his career with Chicago. The fact that in that entire length he had that much dominant of a run, but Chicago couldn't produce a team to get into the Super Bowl. He was an amazing linebacker, was probably one of the best linebackers of his era, and as a player in general, it's just like you don't see that. Just the fact that he had all that and he couldn't get a single Super Bowl for me is a big what if.
Early, check your phone. Do you hear me?
What am I checking?
Check your phone. J-Rob wants you to check your phone.
All right.
I'm gonna go. So I thought y'all both had real interesting answers, and I'm gonna put it like this: JJ, if you had more time, you would have won.
Gosh, bro! Oh my god!
If you had more time, you would have won.
Bro,
10 seconds is just not enough, man. I like Brian Dawkins, but I think Grant had a good answer, and I mean he just had the explanation.
Air tax.
He just had the explanation. So yeah, I'm going Grant.
Air tax, come on, bro.
JJ,
we know who Brian Dawkins is, bro. Come on.
Bro. I was gonna say Brian Dawkins, but I didn't think you were.
I would have said JJ Watt.
Brian Dawkins gave me nightmares as a kid. I swear, when he would come out of the tunnel crawl like. I don't even.
It's Brian Dawkins, bro. There's not much more.
JJ,
I'm left to be said.
JJ, just
be real.
I can't. I think.
Let's be real.
If y'all want to sell me,
was what sold it.
Julius Peppers would have sold me.
JJ Watt would have sold me. I'm being honest.
JJ Watt would have sold a lot of people.
It's Brian Dawkins.
And JJ Watt.
You only had 10 seconds. What do you want us to do with that?
10 seconds, man.
You know who Brian Dawkins is, though.
Yes, and you needed to educate the people.
GG's Grant.
GG's. Good job, man.
It is what it is.
Oh my God.
Like I said, if you would have had it right from rip, you would have won this round. I don't know.
I think I still think I would have picked Grant, but depending on your explanation, I definitely would have sided with you.
All right, so we got Grant, and then we got for the $100, we got Grant and we got Dev. Grant and we got Dev. Oh man,
this is just a rematch from 2 weeks ago. Oh,
they were about to put that money in that room and board at college for sure.
This is somebody's Saturday night money we talking about right now.
I just spent money this Sunday.
All right, Burdell, you got a question, or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll throw out a question. Let's talk.
We got a little. We got a little proposal. We got to add a guy. Add that person. We're going to triple threat. Add that person.
Who is it?
Trent.
Oh! He said, I've had enough. He said, I've seen enough.
So, the triple threat will be Grant, Dev, and J-Rob. 5 rounds.
He said, I'll take the money.
He said, I want that money.
I just didn't.
You're not stealing my $100, J-Rob. You may be taking.
Listen, y'all. My whole thing is, if you ever want something in life, you got to work for that shit. Dev, not gonna lie, you didn't have to work too hard to get that round. JJ, you walked Grant into the round for $100. I'm not letting it be that easy. So you want to have to.
We got 5 rounds.
See what's on this blade?
5 rounds.
I'm not letting you take this.
You're gonna find out.
5 rounds.
You're gonna
the
find
first
out.
to 2.
Listen, if I win, I'm not getting the money. I don't get the money.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't get the
5
money.
rounds.
Well, you donated it to charity?
The first to 2 wins in these 5 rounds wins don't win the money, but wins. If you guys win the money. If J-Rob wins, there's no money being made. So put them boys together. We got who are judges. Get JJ up out of here.
Okay, Marley.
JJ and Hellfire up out of here.
Marley, you see what Marley said?
Here, take it.
You want Cassie City? You sure?
You know they start gassing it.
Are you sure? Ladies and gentlemen,
the rep field is best 40 to get down to the ring.
money in the bank contract.
Yeah, final boss, man.
They said Jay are really the final boss, like The Rock.
Bloodline rules, man.
Bloodline rules, man.
He not my tribal chief. He not my tribal chief.
First question, 30 seconds on the clock. Name me the greatest player, in your opinion, to switch positions in college and go pro.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
Ooh, first
on the clock, we'll go with, because he's the big dog, we'll go J-Rob first on the clock.
Y'all boys need more time to think anyway, so I'm going to give y'all that opportunity.
30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Cook, J-Rob.
I think it's pretty easy. Richard Sherman. I would have went Trevon Diggs, but I'm going to go Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman played wide receiver at Stanford University and will go down as one of the 3 best cornerbacks to ever play the game. He also changed the prototype for the position. John Robinson IV does not get a scholarship to the University of Connecticut without Richard Sherman changing the idea that tall corners can be locked down in this game. He also showed that man and zone principles do coincide if you have the brain power to do it. Clearly, great man corner, great zone corner.
Time.
All right.
Jesus.
We'll go in order. Grant, next on the clock. You got that clock ready?
Just to be clear, are we saying they switched in college when they went to the NFL, or is it if they just switched at all in their career?
At all, even if they freshman year. At all.
Okay.
So if they came in as a position freshman year and didn't leave with that and went to the pros and cook, that's what you name it. 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Go, Grant.
I mean, the only guy that I can really think of is Nolan Cromwell from Kansas. When Nolan Cromwell was at Kansas, he played
Oh, Jesus.
Job.
I'm sorry. So basically, he moved to the other side of the ball because he played safety in college, and he broke a bunch of Big 8 and NCAA rushing records as a quarterback. He got drafted to the Rams and was a 3-time All-Pro, I believe. As him as a career. For switching in college, I'm playing on a different side of the ball. It was extremely impressive.
All right.
Time.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
That cough messed you up, man.
Dev. You know ball, Dev. There is one that will smoke J-Rob's boots. If you know ball.
I already got my answer.
3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going with my dog Keenan Allen. He was a 5-star safety, right? And then he went to the NFL. Went into college, became one of the best receivers in the NFL in the college. Then he went to the NFL, being one of the most productive wide receiver we've seen in this whole decade. One of the best route runners of all time, damn near. One of the most consistent hands, always putting up yards with Phillip Rivers, and he was a solid number 1 for Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen was elite in college school, playing strong safety. Then he came to college playing wide receiver. So I'm going with Keenan Allen.
Time.
Let me say this before I say anything, guys. Travis Kelce was a quarterback in college, guys.
I know.
Julian Edelman was a quarterback.
I knew Julian Edelman was.
Julian Edelman was.
I didn't know Travis Kelce was a quarterback.
I had no.
But that's nice. But Travis Kelce was a quarterback in college, guys.
I didn't know that.
He is arguably the greatest tight end of all time.
You had to bring him up.
Yeah, I thought he was always.
Listen, if you would have just said his name, Dad, you wouldn't have to explain yourself. I would have went crazy in this jump. But of course,
you could have said Shannon Sharp. He played wide receiver before he played tight end.
So I gotta go with J-Rob.
JJ Watt was a tight end. Drink more water. That was another one too. That was
gotta go with J-Rob on this one, man. Again, you guys have 5 rounds to get your wins. So J-Rob gets 4 wins, guys.
When he said Richard Sherman, when he said Richard Sherman, I said okay.
Oh my God.
It was either Richard Sherman or Keenan Allen.
All right, who you got, Riddell?
Yeah, I'm gonna go J-Rob. J-Rob had a really good explanation. Obviously, Richard Sherman is the dog, and yeah, that's pretty simple. I think Grant, you would have had a chance, but that cough ruined you.
I don't know what the hell that was. I need to drink some damn water.
Yeah, that was.
Give me a minute.
You
know what that's called? You know what that's called? Conqueror's hockey. Or Conqueror's hockey. It gets hard, bro.
Hey, man. I'm also picking J-Rob. What sold me was when he said, when John Robinson IV isn't going to go to college. I'm like, oh, he went personal with it? Oh, it's a wrap. You had to bring the heat after that. Julian, if one of y'all said Julian Edelman, I'm going to need y'all to truly sell it. But no, there was only two people that could have even approached Richard Sherman. That was Julian Edelman and Travis Kelce, and you guys didn't say anything. So J-Rob,
even my son Trevon Diggs, bro.
Trevon Diggs.
So I got another question, but
he's sharp.
And you guys have a question? 2 seasons, y'all. He played corner for 2 seasons.
I mean, if you have, I have one in the vault, but if you have one, you can go.
All right, I'm gonna go with question, and this time I want hands up, everybody. Hands up, including yourself, J-Rob. Hands up. So I got a good one. Got a good one.
Not the CM Punk.
We're gonna go college again. Get your knowledge, guys. Get your knowledge. You're going to get the college expert over here. Who is the greatest college player to win a Heisman and national championship in the same year? 30 seconds on the clock. You went last the first round. Dad, you go first this round. Put your hands up there, Rob. 3.
Put your hands up.
1.
Help for this
go.
Shit.
Superman Cam Newton. The reason why I made him the greatest is the carry job. This man carried the Auburn Tigers against the SEC and then against Oregon in the playoffs. Cam Newton had one of the greatest seasons all time. He was the leading rush on his team. He was making every plays, and not only that team fell off completely. So they didn't win at all. The whole program was terrible as soon as Cam Newton left. So Cam Newton is the one that had one of the greatest Heisman seasons of all time. He's not only that, he's the greatest college quarterback of all time. He's not just the greatest, and he performed big time.
Time.
Long as 30 seconds.
Yeah, my bad. That was time. I apologize.
All right, Grant, 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Pick your head up.
I'm right here. I'm ready.
Time started.
Oh, it started? Shit. Joe Burrow. Wait,
no.
Go.
No, I got you.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's Joe Burrow, and the reason why I say Joe Burrow is when he went to Ohio State, Urban Meyer told this kid that he was going to be a second-string quarterback for the rest of his career. He goes to LSU. You give him Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, which is arguably the greatest wide receiver college duo of all time, and give him one of the best offenses in the history of college football. They run the table. They beat Alabama in 2019, who, mind you, not only had Devontae Smith, but had Jerry Jeudy on that team as well. And they ran that team out in a big game in Tuscaloosa. Then they stomped Oklahoma in the Peach Bowl.
Time.
Like,
all right. 30 seconds on the clock, J-Rob. 3.
It's my turn.
2. 3, 2, 1, go.
Man, Tim Tebow mania is running wild. There's not too many players out there that did have the impact in college football like a Tim Tebow. Not only that, at the end of the day, not a great thrower of football, but an elite level rusher, an impact leader, one of the greatest speeches ever in the history of the game. I'm going to go with Tim Tebow off the simple fact that national champion, Heisman Trophy winner, he literally was the first sophomore ever to win a Heisman Trophy, completely changed the quarterback position in the SEC, showing that you can run and pass.
Time.
Well, let me go first with this vote, okay? First and foremost, love what J-Rob had, but Tim Tebow wasn't it for me. I'm gonna be honest with you, Grant. I'm gonna tell you where you sold your fucking self.
You gotta go though.
We named your name the greatest person in your opinion to win a Heisman and a championship the same year, and all you did was talk about the help that the nigga Joe Burrow had.
Facts.
Jesus Christ!
Facts.
If I did believe in Joe Burrow, I damn sure didn't. After you just named all the help he had, you said he had the greatest offense, the greatest receiver duo, and they ran the table. What duh? Meanwhile, Dam over here telling you how the Auburn Tigers fell off a cliff.
He stole my answer.
A cliff.
You see, I didn't even bring up Percy Harvin.
Damn.
I wasn't even going to talk
Got
about
to give it to Dan. Got to give it to Dan.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll go next.
Hold on. I legitimately believe that J-Rob might have sold himself because I don't think Tim Tebow did both.
He didn't win the same year? No way. I might have sold
I don't know if he did.
The judge is checking right now. But right now, in 2007.
All right, Random, you check, and then I'll give my answer. So I mean, if J-Rob's disqualified, he's disqualified. I still like this answer in terms of what Tim Tebow did for his impact, but I think Grant, you had a chance, but I'm not mad that you necessarily brought up the weapons. I'm mad that you didn't really talk about Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
how they beat
Lily. He just named everybody who was great around
everyone else. I laid an egg.
You brought up a good point regarding Urban Meyer. Then you brought up them beating
nasty work.
Like you could have went up. Oh, Joe Burrow had 6,000 passing yards and threw over 50 touchdowns. Like you could have done all of that.
Grant,
Grant,
I'm literally looking. I'm literally looking at it right now.
You told
me
you had a girl for me.
He did not.
Grant,
In
you told me you had a
2007,
girl for me, and
LSU
every
won the title.
she had, as you said, she was for me. But she can't cook.
LSU won the title in 07. Tim Tebow won the Heisman in 07. LSU won the title in 07.
Let me make sure you bugging. Did you say in the same year? He didn't
say
the same year.
Because LSU,
I think he did say
that was.
They won it with Les Miles in 07.
Did you? But Riddell, where'd you go with Riddell?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going Dev. I like.
It don't matter, Dev. 2 out of 3. Next round. Dev, listen, Dev. Listen.
I really just wanted to know about that knowledge, though. Actually, I thought I knew that. But
to
they ain't
get
gonna win the rest of the way.
one more win. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
That Cam Newton answer was a layup, Dev.
To get one more
fucking
win.
layup, Dev, and you know it.
So.
You know, damn boy, you're not gonna get a question that easy
Riddell,
again. He was stuttering through that shit.
Hands up, Riddell.
This man. Okay, I got a question.
Hands up, hands in your head. God damn it, hey, J-Rob, go now, boss man.
All right,
I'm just trying to make it hard for you, bro.
Let's talk NFL. Let's talk about what's been going on recently. So let's make this interesting. Really dive into your bag in terms of this player. Who is the most underrated player of the recent NFL season on the offensive side of the ball?
30 seconds on the clock. Grant, you haven't went first. 30 seconds on the clock. You ready, Random?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Put them hands up, J-Rob. 3, 2, 1.
Me first. Me first.
Go.
I'm honestly going to say the most underrated player in my eyes was Bijan Robinson because I didn't have a lot of faith in Bijan going into this season because I didn't think it was going to work well for Atlanta. And when I look at what Bijan did for that offense this season, it changed the way I've seen him play. Bijan helped an Atlanta offense that was struggling, especially in the passing game and sometimes, was able to do expensive numbers on the rushing side of the ball. And Bijan, I think, apparently probably had a crazy season his first year in the league. And I think there's nothing else he's going to go but up.
Time.
All right, J-Rob, next on the clock. 30 seconds. Well, I get Dev. I get J-Rob last. 30 seconds on the clock, Dev. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sam Laporta. I'm going Sam Laporta as most underrated player in the NFL this season. He was a big time rookie this year. He set up a lot of yards this year. I think about 800 yards, and he was very substantial in that playoff run as well, being a great, crazy red zone threat, great hands. He's emerged himself as one of the top 10 tight ends. He actually not only that, he emerged himself to be projected as a top 5 tight end in the future, one of the best at getting open, one of the best hands in the league. And y'all know he's an underrated route runner as well, and a great red zone threat for that Lions offense.
Ooh,
Sam Laporta.
Time.
30 seconds on the clock, J-Rob. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna go with the real meaning of underrated, somebody that doesn't get talked about little to add. I'm gonna go with Nico Collins of the Houston Texans, a player who snapped this season, 1,200 yards, a quiet. People would say it was quiet, but he was one of the big reasons for C.J. Stroud's improvement this year and the type of player he was. Even Tank Dell gets talked about more than Nico Collins, even up here, which is personally my fault. I will take that. But Nico Collins is one of the best receivers in football, and we're probably not going to talk about him in the top 10, top 15 conversation.
So let me go first.
Hey, my nigga, I could have went in my underrated bag this season and would have never grabbed Nico Collins out of here. That's not underrated. I don't even think his ticket was in the box. Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I said 1,200 yards too, and that was on the nose. He had 1,297. So yes. Off the head.
This is what I'm gonna say. Bijan, I don't think was a good answer. I don't think anybody thought he was underrated coming into the season. Laporta,
if you said Gears, I'd have gave it to you over the Bijan.
Yeah, and I think Laporta, I believe, was a first-round pick. Don't quote me if I'm wrong.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No.
Okay, so Sam Laporta is an interesting pick. I think you didn't really talk about how he was underrated, though, for the most part. I thought you just talked about his stats and what he did. Whereas the poster child for this question, I'm not going to lie, was Nico Collins. It was the poster child for this question because I've always liked Nico Collins. Nobody talks about him. And J-Rob brought up the stats. Yeah. He brought up what he
did. You talking about underrated?
Underrated.
Oh my God.
No,
he literally had himself the second half of the season and put up 100.
He was cooking.
Remember, Noah Brown got hurt at one point through the year, and then obviously they lost Tank. Nico still was Nico, man.
Now, I know me. All you had to say was that one name. And I gave it to you, imagine. But
here's the thing.
Purdy.
Here's the
Purdy would have won me, baby.
Here's the thing. People still say Kyle Pitts is better than Sam Laporta when Sam Laporta made second team All-Pro. But, J-Ron, you got that round.
I mean, you could have brought that
Nico
up.
Collins and Sam Laporta.
We
haven't said Nico Collins' name. This might be the second time we've ever said Nico Collins' name.
That's what I'm about to say.
Season, dog.
But what I'm saying is, we were to say who the top 5 tight ends in football. Some people might put Sam Laporta on their top 5.
If I told you
Travis Kittle,
someone told me Sam Laporta is better than Travis Kelce. So
if I told you that every receiver,
how you underrated if they put him up there?
Come on, I ain't lying. I don't hear him top 5 tight end talks that like that. Maybe I need to get more to lose.
Sam Laporta could potentially be a top. If somebody said like they got Sam Laporta in their top 5, I wouldn't.
It's not crazy at all.
It's not.
Yeah, I mean, Dev, your answer. I don't.
Necessarily.
The problem, Dev, is you didn't really bring it up in your argument how he's underrated.
Whereas
J-Rob did that perfectly. Nobody talks about Nico. Nobody thinks he's a top 15 receiver. They like Tank Dell more than Nico. He brought up all that stuff.
Yeah, it seems like I had this in an arc. It's like J.R. knew an archive already. So, oh yeah, I know this. Boom.
I was ready to go first. Nico was my.
I got another great one. Wait, what round was that? Right?
What was that?
J-Rob got 3. J-Rob got 3.
No, he got 2.
Oh, he got 2.
So it's 2 more rounds.
I got 1.
Grant, you would have to run the table.
Yeah, Grant got to go perfect, but Dev would have. Yeah, Dev could go. Dev got to split.
All right.
So I got a good one.
I gotta go. So I gotta go 2 straight. I gotta go 2 straight. I gotta go 2 straight.
All right, I got a question.
All right, come on.
All right, go ahead.
All right, in honor of the Pac-12, since it's gone, I need you to name the best player to ever come out of the Pac-12, in your opinion? Who is the best player to ever come out of the Pac-12, in your opinion? J-Rob?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, there's so many answers.
Wait, I do have a question. Like, you talking about in college or like in like going into the NFL? Like,
who is the best player to ever get drafted?
Okay, get drafted. All right, so NFL don't matter.
But Reggie Bush, you can't say Reggie Bush.
I know. No, that's fine. That's fine. NFL don't matter. Gotcha.
All right. Are you ready?
Am I first?
Jay Reese, you want to go first?
J-Rob first.
I'm going to be honest. I'm willing to go first.
All right, cool. Okay. J-Rob first. 30 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think the greatest player to come out of the Pac-12 was Marcus Mariota. Obviously, a Heisman Trophy winner in his own right, but I don't think people talk about what he did for Oregon football as a whole. They were known for their swag when they first got on the scene, but when Marcus Mariota came, they really became a power, really entered the national stage, national championships, and obviously Marcus Mariota also helped really spotlight, I think, a lot of the Polynesian players that were killing in the Pac-12 that were not just going to the USCs of the world. Go other places and be great. So I like that. I like Marcus Mariota, Heisman, you know.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock, Dev. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, SGA.
All right, I'm going with, let's go Brandon Cooks. He had one of the best receivers. He was one of the best receivers to come out of the Pac-12 in Oklahoma State, one of the most electrifying players of all time in college football. One of the best defenses to come out, had really good yardage. He was immediate impact as a freshman till his junior year, coming into the NFL. Brandon Cooks is not only been a staple in the NFL as well. So I'm going with Brandon Cooks as the best player to come out of the Pac-12.
He went to Oregon State though. Oklahoma State is in the Big 12, just so you know.
In the Big 12.
Hey, you wasted
30
5
seconds on the clock, Grant. This is your chance. 3, 2, 1, go.
Christian McCaffrey at Stanford from me, because Christian McCaffrey in his career at Stanford, the 2 years that he played, he had 2,000 yards his first season, 1,600 the second, had 3,000 total, and had 21 touchdowns. He averaged 100 yards a game and when I was on a Stanford offense that a lot of people at the time considered to be extremely dangerous. And CMC was one of the most vital parts of that offense. When a lot of people go back and look at those old Stanford teams back, especially back in 2016, you can't say without CMC.
Time.
As soon as he said Stanford, I could have said, look.
There were a lot of people y'all could have said.
Facts.
I was thinking through every school. That's why I just had to say.
I love the Marcus Mariota pick, man. That was real icy. Yeah, Dev, you know what you did.
Yeah,
I'm be real with you though, man. There
were some other names, Dev, you could have said, and I would have been like,
out of those names, Christian McCaffrey stands out to me, man.
Fact.
I gotta go with Christian McCaffrey. Grant, man, you sold me, man. I ain't too much to say. You sold me with Christian McCaffrey.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next. Yeah, I did like the Marcus Mariota pick. Talking about the Heisman, talk about how he put Oregon on the map. Obviously, you know, shout out the Polynesians, of course. But
playing one of the judges is devious work, J-Rob.
I'm just saying, you know, a lot of Polynesians at one point was going to USC. I was just saying he was showing like
right. No, he's absolutely right.
That's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. Not big people talk about Polynesians playing the quarterback position. Come on now.
Marcus Mariota was like that. I remember when they beat up Florida State.
Man, you gotta play to your crowd, man.
Remember when they beat up Florida State in the first round of playoffs?
Who you got though?
Yeah, ultimately I'm going Grant because I do also really like your pick, Grant. You brought up the stats. You brought up how he was an integral part of the Stanford offense. I just like your explanation better, honestly. So that's
you know what that means, fellas? That means this is the last round. If any one of y'all win, y'all get the $100. And I got the question. Oh, I got the question.
And one question. What if J-Rob wins? Then do we have to do another round?
I don't get no bread. Nah, y'all just
it goes to BSS.
Oh, yeah, okay, bet.
I go to BSS.
Y'all got enough.
Put them hands up. I got a great question. Who is the greatest left-handed quarterback of all time? 30 seconds on the clock, Grant. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, God, I forgot. Oh, I'm cooked.
The first 5 seconds is crazy.
That knowledge.
Oh my god, I can't think of a left-handed quarterback on top of my head. Damn it. I'm cooked. Cut it. I'm cooked. I'm out.
Going out like JJ is crazy.
I can't think of one.
10 seconds.
30 seconds on the clock, Dad. Put them hands up. 3, 2, 1, go.
Steve Young.
Yeah, you saw the chat. He saw the chat. He saw the chat,
He has
bro.
3 Super Bowls. That boy Steve Young is one of the greatest dual threats quarterback all time. He's one of the best quarterbacks to run. He is one of the best throwers of the football, one of the best spirals. He can throw it to the dime to Jerry Rice. Won 3 Super Bowls, rushing quarterback all time. Steve Young was not only that, he was also the best quarterback in the league at one point. He was
time.
All right, fuck it. Well, now it's my turn, and I'm just coming at. I'm not gonna lie. Nah, it's good, Jalen. I don't need no help. I don't need no notes. But I'm gonna just go with the guy. I'm gonna go with Michael Vick. At the end of the day, Steve Young had a bunch of weapons around him from the moment he's got into 49. He's had a very comfortable situation in San Francisco. The weight of the world was on Michael Vick to come to Atlanta and deliver. He changed the culture of that dome. He did everything from had a better arm than Steve Young, was more athletic than Steve Young, better runner than Steve Young. You could really say if Steve Young and Michael Vick were to switch situations, I don't even think the results would have been the same. And so because of that, I will always say Michael Vick is the better left-handed quarterback.
Do you have a rebuttal round?
Time.
Definitely not, especially not if you need a chat. Not if you need a chat.
Yeah, you definitely need a chat.
You definitely need a chat.
I don't need a chat.
Y'all gotta stop doing that, chat.
Nah, it's good though, because let's be honest about that explanation. Let's go blow for blow, explanation for explanation. Let's really talk about it.
Dev. Steve Young had Jerry Rice, arguably the greatest football player of all time.
And he still produced. He's still one of the greatest rushing quarterback of all time. And
Jay Reezy.
Michael Vick couldn't throw. Michael Vick was inaccurate as hell. He didn't deliver nothing to Atlanta.
Who did he have?
He went to jail. That's what he did.
Random. You can't debate him. But at the same time, I mean, J-Rob said it in his argument. You did it. Like, okay, so Dev, this is let's hear me out now, Dev. Dev, I don't necessarily care that you looked at the chat or whatever.
I didn't look at the chat.
Okay, fine. You didn't. I'm not gonna make accusations. You brought up some things, but all you mentioned is like accolades. You just mentioned 3 Super Bowls kind of nasty. You should have just mentioned
super nasty.
Yeah. You should have just mentioned 1 Super Bowl. Yeah, that was a
gave him the 3 Super Bowls. You mean the backup?
I bet money Steve Young ain't wearing those other 2 rings like he wears all the
Hey, you can't get mad at me being nasty.
So yeah, you said that, and you said he threw it to Jerry Rice. I mean, cool, you threw it to Jerry Rice. That's fine.
Shit.
And then you talked about him being a dual threat. If you focused on Steve Young in particular and talk about his achievements, MVP stats, what he did for the game,
or just the fact that he had to come behind. He had to come behind Joe Montana and get that monkey off his back. The famous film of him having finally won the Super Bowl, getting the monkey off his back. What he did, underrated runner of the football man, but. You had
the argument, and then whereas J-Rob, bro, he came guns blazing. He was like, I'm gonna tear down your Steve Young art. He rebutted you, and I didn't expect that. I'm like, damn, you really came at you. So I'm gonna be honest, like,
yo, the crazy part is though, I never mentioned Vic's accuracy in my argument, chat. Who brought up? Did I bring up Vic's accuracy at any point?
You said better throw the football. You say better throw the football.
I said stronger arm.
Stronger arm. That's true. Athletic.
I said better arm talent.
And then he brought up,
and you said he changed the culture. And really,
wait, I have a question. Is Frank targeting left-handed?
Michael Vick was the Allen Iverson of the NFL.
Come on, thank you. Come on,
everybody had to try Vick. I can't name you another football shoe that I own, but I own the Vicks.
I think when we talk about sports, you could also add cultural impact phenomena, because that's a part of your superstar. That's a part of your aura.
Here's my thing with the Steve Young thing. I could have went the stats in 30 seconds got to me. So like I had to think too long for those stats. I just had to keep on going. When I had to say those stats, that's why.
I want to go. I'll give one more round. I'll give one more round.
One more round. J-Rod's being nice.
Just because I already won. So we already know I won. But what I'm saying is we'll go one more round. Give y'all a real chance, real opportunity.
Okay,
Then if
Grant,
that's
I
the
need
case-
you not
You
to
can give him.
choke.
Then if that's the
All right,
case,
Kurt, I need you
I'm
not to
cooked
choke.
anyway. Just do Devin J-Rob since they close.
Now you got a window. You got a
Hey, I have a
window.
question.
You
Is
got a
Dan
Get in.
window.
Get back on the.
I
Get back
don't want
on
no-
the
I don't
saddle,
want
Grant.
no-
Grant,
It's
Grant.
not
The
a
people don't care. Get back on the saddle, my boy.
Grant, get up back on the saddle, bro. You listen, bro. They call me Santa Claus for a reason.
But I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta be honest. Because he
JJ said he'll take your spot if you don't want to battle.
Because he is giving you a chance, you will only get $25 if you win.
That's okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm good with that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's very
cool.
fair. That's very
Grant,
fair.
you got the knowledge. Just say it. Just say the.
Now I'm be
word.
real with you boys. When them hands is up,
had the name.
when them hands is up, and you can't Google some shit, some of you
No,
real football knowledge.
No, because I
word to
forgot the
ticket.
name,
No
and I had the
Stop
name.
running
And
from the grind.
I was
Grant,
gonna say,
stop running from the grind,
I was
bro.
gonna go Michael Vick. I thought he was gonna say Steve. I was ready to say Vic or Dan Fowler.
You should have said Vic.
Nah, you know why I'm really crying though? When I was talking about Nico Collins and I said that 1,200, I really was like, damn, I really hope that's the right number. Because I was like, I could just be.
Oh yeah, he cooked last year. He was top 7.
Yeah, that 3 Super Bowl, that 3 Super Bowls was nasty.
Yeah, that
was
killed
nasty.
it.
Yeah, Dev, you should have said that.
All right, y'all, we gotta be
That's how
quick.
you know I'm not. That's how you know I didn't use Google in the chat.
Give us the question. Give us the question because we got 8 minutes till 4 from the logo, so we gotta be quick.
Right,
Actually, is Bama here? Bama, you give us the question.
Mm.
Did you hear Bama?
Bama.
Oh no, Bama not here.
Bama not here. No, all good. Go ahead, y'all.
You know what? I'm gonna get a little nasty with it, and we're gonna push some Brady propaganda.
Oh, Lord.
God, what
Brady propaganda.
What is apart from losing the 17-1, and this is kind of crazy because it's the opposite. What's the worst loss in Brady's career?
Oh wait. Bama here.
Yeah, thank God.
Like,
Nobody
Thank
was.
God.
Damn, don't get mad at me because you messing up.
No, I'm gonna say that Brady.
Hey, don't start throwing smoke.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, I ain't complaining about no questions, y'all. Whatever they gave me,
head, Grant.
I was gonna be like, what's the worst loss in Brady's career?
Bama, give it to me,
that was
Bama.
gonna be the question.
No, I know, but
how
still,
he
I
went
don't
out
like
versus
that.
the Titans
It's
and
too
his career.
easy.
I'm gonna
That's too
violate
Give it to me,
it.
Bama.
Yeah, I was
like
about
my
to give y'all
answer
something
just
y'all can hate on. Y'all can hate and vibe with. But
I got something, but I want Bama to go.
Go ahead, Bama.
He's still
Can't
not there.
hear you.
You muted
Can't hear
Bama?
you.
Oh nah.
I don't think Bama there.
So we doing random
Bama, if
questions?
you don't show up, we're gonna have to do a Brady question.
Let's do early question.
No, I'm gonna do. I got one. Hands in your head, okay? I want to know the greatest Heisman. So basically, the greatest player to not. Okay, I want to know the greatest basically person who should have won the Heisman but didn't win it. What do you call that again?
Runner up.
Best runner up.
Best runner up.
Well, I mean, does the runner up matter? You have to come in exactly second place.
No. It's the person who literally should have won the Heisman but got robbed. They didn't get a Heisman. Name that player and name that season. 30 seconds on the clock. We'll go with Dev first. Okay, Dev. 30 seconds on the clock. Greatest person who got robbed of a Heisman. It don't matter if it was third, fourth. They got robbed.
I got 2 answers in my head.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go with Andrew Luck in 2011, 2012 season of him. He was one of the best college quarterbacks that year. He was leading that Stanford team viciously in that conference. He had I think over 30 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards, and he was even a key contributor to the receiving the game. I don't think he had any players drafted into the NFL or on his roster as well. So I think Andrew Luck was very underrated. And for West Nate to win it for 3 losses, I think Andrew Luck should have got it.
Time.
Me.
Yep.
All right.
Go ahead, J-Rob.
On the clock, J-Rob, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not going to take the easy way out, but I'm going to go with Vince Young. I think Vince Young's national championship run, when he won that national championship, that was his way of showing the world that y'all got that Heisman Trophy wrong. Obviously, the running back position did have the same type of value that the quarterback did back in the day. But when I look at Vince Young, the way he ran the show at the University of Texas and was the brand, if you take Vince Young's year and the way it ended, it almost cemented the reason why he was robbed for the trophy. And you could tell even by how his team played, they were upset that he wasn't the best. He was the best quarterback in the country that year.
Time.
All right, Grant. 30 seconds on the clock. Yeah, plenty of time.
Looking at the computer. Yeah,
in the literal computer lab. What are we talking about?
Gabe, you could actually.
No, he started J-Rob.
Oh.
3, 2, 1. Grant, go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna say Peyton Manning because the 97 that would arguably, in my eyes, is one of the greatest Heisman races we've ever seen, and that one could have gone to anybody. I get why they gave it to Charles Woodson, but Peyton Manning in 97, he had 3,000 passing yards and 36 touchdowns. The man also not only had the Davey O'Brien Award, Johnny Unitas Award, and the Best College Player ESPY Award to his name. He dominated at a level at Tennessee. The way he played that 97 season, a lot of people thought he won the Heisman, should have won it that year. And the fact that Charles Woodson won it makes no sense to me.
Time. All right,
nah, Bama, stop.
So I'm gonna
that do not count.
Oh, JJ, you're right. I should have. Oh,
nah, I should have said Melvin Gordon. If Drink More Water didn't put in the chat, Melvin Gordon was the easiest answer.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think Grant would have won, but in the beginning, this is where you got to stop. You slipped up. You said you understood why Charles Woodson won, and then in the end, you said there's no way Charles Woodson should have won.
I meant to say the fact that Charles Woodson won makes no sense.
Hey, I know what you meant to say, Grant, but you didn't say it, Grant. Damn.
I didn't even catch that.
Damn. I think for you, I like your pick. It wasn't a bad pick, but
the argument.
It was a good argument. But I'll be honest with you, man. Vince Young might be top 3 greatest quarterbacks. Cam got him over Vince Young over him. You know what I'm saying? Vince Young might be greatest college quarterbacks of all time, man. And I was alive to see what Vince Young did, damn near by himself, man. So I'm a definitely go with J-Rob on this one. Grant would have sold me if he just didn't basically say Charles Woodson deserved to win. It was a reason for him. Other than that, naming all them accolades off, you was cooking, Grant. But
Bama just destroying Grant.
I ain't gonna lie. JJ saying Deshaun Watson was a good one too.
Yeah, JJ, I should have said Deshaun.
Would definitely had a compelling case for Heisman. I'm trying to think who else did I want to say that.
What year did he
I would say, I'll be honest, Manti Te'o had a good case. I know he had his situation, but Manti Te'o's defensive season at Notre Dame, he had a case too. I'm not going to front.
Hey man,
Dominic Stu had a case. Clowney had a case. A few players that had real cases.
Hey, and I understand that the girl was fake, but playing under them circumstances, his girl disappeared and we still balling. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Nah, Q English. No, Mariota deserved it, but I'm just saying there's a lot of players who had a close. Toby Gerhardt, the numbers were really good in them seasons. Q English were like sometimes even if the right person wins, if you compare that to the other person's season, you split in here, so you can still call that a snub depending on how close it is. Especially if the voting isn't like unanimous to one side, you could easily argue a snub because if they don't claim most of the first place votes, then there's clearly a split decision on how they looked after this. Like some people will argue that Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman was kind of wrong because of how Michael Penix performed this year and not losing a single game, which I also understand that part of it too. But with that being said, y'all, great show today. We'll see y'all Thursday for another episode of Open Field. Let's try to maybe win that $100 on Thursday.
Nah, that money be a system money now.
Let's run that money back. Let's run $100 back Thursday.
Let's run it back Thursday. Hey, hold on. I got 2-day advance. 2 days. If you don't know ball, learn some ball. $100 Thursday. There's no secret. It's not a surprise. You get to go against the best. $100. Come on, man. Come on, know your knowledge.
Yes. Know your knowledge. Come get your money, man. Come get your money.
Hey, Lonnie said he added 20.